You know how it is you want to get a handle on something without getting lost in the weeds?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the whole idea here. Today we're going to zoom in on something you probably see every day, an Amazon product page.
And not just any product page. We're taking a deep dive into the listing for King of Envy, Kings of Sin 5 by Anna Huang.
Hmm.
It might seem simple, but this single web page is, well, it's a fascinating window into the world of contemporary romance, how books are published and sold today, and, the massive influence of online retail.
Exactly. Our goal is to explore this page, pull out the really interesting bits, and give you a clear picture of this book, the world it exists in, and the forces at play.
Right.
Our source today is just that Amazon page, but believe me, there's a lot to unpack here.
There really is.
Okay, let's start with the book itself, King of Envy. That title hints at some interesting themes,
This
right?
is just conflict, maybe some jealousy.
And seeing Kings of Sin 5 tells us immediately it's part of a larger story.
Right. The fact that it's the fifth in at least a six-book series
Hmm.
suggests a well-established readership and a continuing story world.
Yeah.
It points to a successful franchise for both the author and the publisher.
And speaking of the author, Anna Huang is front and center. The page highlights her as #1 New York Times, USA Today, and Amazon bestselling author,
Big credentials.
specifically mentioning her work in new adult and contemporary romance, especially the Twisted series. Then there's that description: deliciously alpha heroes, strong heroines, and plenty of steam, angst, and swoon.
Ah, yes.
That really sets expectations for the kind of story we're looking at.
Absolutely. This kind of author branding is so important. It immediately signals to readers who enjoy those specific elements, what are sometimes called tropes in literature,
Right?
what they can expect.
It's like a code.
Exactly. It's a shorthand for a certain kind of reading experience. And mentioning her previous success builds trust and, well, excitement for this new release.
Which, by the way, drops tomorrow, April 29th, 2025.
Just around the corner.
Look how Amazon emphasizes the pre-order option and even mentions free release day delivery. They're really showcasing their logistics as a key benefit.
That's such a crucial aspect of online retail, isn't it? The ease and speed of getting your hands on a product are major selling points.
Totally.
And the variety of formats available, Kindle at, what, $5.99?
Yeah, $5.99.
Audiobook free with a trial, and paperback at $13.48 with a notable 25% discount.
Right, off the list price.
That caters to how different people like to consume books. And the inclusion of used and new options from other sellers also highlights Amazon's role as a huge marketplace.
Definitely. Now let's look at genre. The page lists contemporary romance
Uh-huh.
and then gets more specific based on its bestsellers rank. #12 in new adult and college romance and #25 in billionaires and millionaires romance.
Interesting subgenre.
That gives us a pretty clear picture of who the target reader is and the popular themes within.
Precisely. These bestseller rankings offer a really interesting real-time look at how the book is performing within very specific categories.
Even before release.
Exactly. Being ranked highly in these particular subgenres confirms that the book aligns with what's popular right now in contemporary romance.
The synopsis gives us a peek at the story. A reclusive billionaire with scars, Vuk Markovich,
Okay.
successful supermodel, Ayana Kidane, and a forbidden connection because Ayana is engaged to Vuk's friends.
Ooh, drama.
We've got that classic pull between loyalty and desire, hints of secrets, and a past that could cause problems. And, of course, the series description promises steaminess.
That's right.
It's interesting how they've chosen to highlight these specific elements. What does it tell us about what publishers believe will hook readers in this subgenre?
Well, it really taps into some enduringly popular themes within romance. The billionaire trope offers a certain fantasy element, right?
Yeah, the escapism.
The supermodel setting adds glamour, and the forbidden love angle immediately creates conflict and intrigue. These are reliable hooks that have proven successful with romance readers again and again.
It's also interesting to see the physical details listed. 528 pages. It's
Yeah.
quite hefty.
It is.
The exact dimensions and those ISBN numbers, it almost makes the digital listing feel more tangible somehow.
Hmm.
What exactly are those ISBN numbers for, anyway? I mean, I see them all the time, but...
That's a good question. An ISBN, or International Standard Book Number, is essentially a unique identifier for a specific edition of a book.
Okay.
It's used by publishers, booksellers, libraries, basically everyone in the supply chain for tracking, ordering, and inventory management.
Gotcha.
So, while it might seem like a small detail on the page, It's a fundamental piece of information in the book industry.
And back to those bestsellers ranks, hashtag 46 in books overall is quite something for a book that hasn't even been released yet.
It really is. Shows strong pre-orders.
And those other rankings, hashtag 12 in new adult and college romance, hashtag 25 in billionaires and millionaires romance, hashtag 68 in contemporary romance, really highlight its specific place in the broader book market. It suggests there's a lot of pre-release buzz within those particular romance communities. Beyond the tangible aspects, what does the book's performance in Amazon's ranking system tell us about its potential reach?
It indicates a strong existing interest within those niche romance subgenres. Readers who actively seek out new adult, college, or billionaire romances are clearly finding this title and pre-ordering it.
So it's hitting the target audience.
Exactly. This focused interest can be incredibly valuable for building momentum and translating into strong sales post-release.
I also noticed the frequently bought together section featuring King of Sloth and King of Greed, earlier books in the series.
Ah, yes, the upsell.
That seems like a smart way to get readers to explore the rest of the series.
It's a very effective cross-selling technique. If someone is interested enough in King of Envy to look at its page, seeing that other readers frequently purchase it alongside earlier books.
It's social proof again.
Right. It's a strong suggestion that they might enjoy those as well. It leverages the investment a reader has already made in the series, world, and characters.
Makes sense. And then there's the more items to explore section, showcasing other contemporary romance authors like Liz Tom Ford and Lauren Asher.
Right.
It gives you a sense of the competitive landscape and other authors who might appeal to the same readers. That's Amazon's recommendation engine at work, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Could you explain a little more about how these algorithms generally work? I mean, roughly.
Sure. Well, these recommendation engines use a variety of factors to suggest items you might like. This can include your past purchase history, what other people who bought the same item also bought,
Okay.
what items you've recently viewed, and even similarities in product descriptions and categories.
So it's constantly learning.
Exactly. The goal is to create connections between different products and help users discover new things they might be interested in, ultimately keeping them engaged within the platform and, of course, buying more.
Of course. Let's switch gears and talk about the author and publisher. The publisher is listed as Bloom Books. And we've already mentioned Anna Huang's best-selling status. The About the Author section gives us a bit more background, mentioning her Twisted series, Gods of the Game, and If Love series,
Showing her track record.
highlighting her established body of work. In such a crowded market, how much does author branding really cut through the noise for new readers who aren't already familiar with Anna Huang?
That's a crucial question. While a strong author brand definitely fosters loyalty among existing fans, for new readers, it acts as a signal of quality and a predictor of the type of story they can expect.
Like a promise.
Sort of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The mention of best-selling status and successful previous series provides a form of social proof, making a new reader more likely to take a chance on an unfamiliar author. It's about building trust and recognition in a busy marketplace.
There are also some interesting personal details included. She's a travel enthusiast who incorporates destinations into her stories and enjoys chai lattes.
Little relatable tidbits.
And it mentions her features in NPR, Cosmopolitan, Financial Times, and Glamour UK. That's quite a diverse range of media attention.
It is.
Why include these kinds of personal details? The chai lattes.
Well, these personal touches help to humanize the author and create a connection with readers beyond just the books themselves.
Ah, okay.
Sharing interests like travel or a favorite drink can make the author feel more relatable and approachable. The media mentions, on the other hand, further enhance her credibility and demonstrate a wider reach and recognition beyond just the romance genre.
Right. The Financial Times mention isn't typical for romance authors.
Exactly. It suggests her work has resonated with a broader audience, or at least caught the eye of different kinds of media outlets.
Now let's look at the Amazon product page itself as a marketing tool. It's clearly more than just a listing. It's a carefully constructed sales pitch.
Absolutely. Every element is there for a reason.
Even just the way you navigate finding this book within the massive books category and then drilling down into romance and contemporary shows how important Amazon's categorization is.
Oh, definitely. The clear and intuitive navigation, along with the detailed filtering options, are absolutely essential for discoverability in such a vast online store.
You'd get lost otherwise.
You really would. Readers need to be able to easily find the specific types of books they're looking for, and Amazon's system is designed to facilitate that.
Visually, we've got the book cover, which is, designed to grab your attention.
Yeah.
There's also a video review mentioned, King of Envy, a sinfully good read, or just a sin.
Intriguing title for review.
Although the 360-degree view and other images aren't currently available, the inclusion of video content seems like a growing trend for book marketing.
Video can be incredibly effective. It conveys the tone and feel of a book in a way that static images and text sometimes can't.
More dynamic.
Yeah, a well-produced video review can generate a lot of excitement and provide a more dynamic introduction to the story.
And we can't overlook the fast free shipping with Prime, free returns, and that promise of release day delivery. Amazon's logistics are a huge draw, aren't they?
Huge.
While convenient, is that a major deciding factor for most romance readers? Or are they more focused on the story itself? I mean, will they wait if they have to?
That's a good point. For many consumers, the convenience and cost savings associated with shipping are definitely factors in their purchasing decisions across the board. The promise of release day delivery, in particular, caters to eager fans who want to read the book as soon as it's available. So while the story itself is undoubtedly the primary driver for most readers,
Right, the book is the thing.
these logistical benefits can certainly tip the scales when they're deciding where to buy it, especially for those really anticipated releases.
Okay, that makes sense. The pricing strategy is also interesting. Different prices for the Kindle, audiobook, and paperback, and that noticeable discount on the physical book.
Right, the note and 25%.
It's all designed to encourage a purchase, whichever way you prefer to read.
Offering multiple formats at different price points allows publishers to cater to a wider range of budgets and reading preferences. It broadens the potential audience.
And the discount.
The discount on the paperbacks, specifically, can create a sense of urgency and encourage readers who might prefer a physical copy but are maybe a little price sensitive.
Features like Follow the Author are all about building a direct connection with readers, right?
Yeah.
Keeping them in the loop about future books.
Exactly. Cultivating a dedicated fan base is so valuable for authors. This feature allows readers to stay informed about new releases and engage more directly with their favorite writers.
Building loyalty.
Precisely. Fostering a sense of community and loyalty.
Even the About the Author section under editorial reviews acts as a kind of endorsement, reinforcing her brand and credibility.
It's subtle marketing placement.
And the related books and sponsored sections further highlight how Amazon cross-promotes and helps you discover new titles, maybe ones you wouldn't have found otherwise.
These sections are all part of Amazon's sophisticated system for keeping users engaged and encouraging further exploration and purchases within the platform. They want you to stay on the site.
Keep clicking. It's interesting that there aren't any customer reviews yet.
Well, it's not out yet.
Right, which makes sense for a pre-release book, but that section will become really important once the book is out on it. Those reviews can heavily influence whether someone decides to buy it.
Absolutely. Customer reviews provide what's known as social proof. Potential buyers often look to the experiences of other readers to gauge whether a book is worth their time and money.
You trust other readers.
Often, yes. Positive reviews can be a significant driver of sales and visibility. Negative ones, too, of course.
And finally, your recently viewed items and featured recommendations section. That just keeps you aware of what you've been looking at and suggests other things you might like, keeping you within the Amazon ecosystem.
It's all about creating a personalized experience that maximizes user engagement and encourages continued activity on the platform. Makes it feel like the site knows you.
So to bring it all together, this single Amazon product page for King of Envy, it gives us a surprisingly in-depth look at not just the book itself, but also Anna Huang's established career, the marketing strategies used in contemporary romance publishing, and the immense influence of online retail giants like Amazon.
Precisely. Every element, from the carefully crafted synopsis to the strategic bestseller rankings, the author's background, and the platform's various features. It's all designed to attract readers and ultimately drive sales in a very competitive market.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
Consider just how much information we can learn about cultural trends and what readers are looking for simply by analyzing these online product pages. What does it tell us about the kinds of stories that resonate today and the ways we find them in this digital world? Maybe take a look at the Amazon page for a book or even another type of product you're curious about and see what you can uncover.
Yeah, try dissecting one yourself.
It's a fascinating glimpse into the world around us, hidden in plain sight.